Wait for people to come in. Hi, Mitzi. How you doing? I thought we would do some collage and some Society of Idea Collectors and whatever else we feel like doing. Hi, Julie. Happy wonderful Wednesday to you. You're so cute, Julie. Hi, Jessica. Oh, I need to clean my glasses. Clean the glasses. I know you're not supposed to do this, but let's see. Color Me, Linda, Renz, Kalora, Becky. Happy hump day to you too. Anybody else coming in I missed? Oh, you know what? I forgot to put on some clothes. I don't mean clothes. I mean jewelry clothes. let me put on some bracelets here. Hang on, I gotta dig some out. Let's see. I'll go with these. I'll go with this. Hang on. Let me get some bracelets on. And a ring. I remembered to kind of fix my nails today, but I didn't put on any jewelry. Let's see. Where's my little... This one. I'm just going to pick out of my bowl here. Let's see. What else? Maybe a couple of these. Get a couple of these. Okay, let's see. How's that look? Yeah, there we go. Okay. All right. Let's see. Nanette, Ashley, Gaga, Artful Daydreamer, Kay. Excited when I managed to catch a live show. Oh, well, good. I'm glad you got to catch a live show. There we go. Oh, I like that, Mitts. Arm candy. I got to write that down. Mitts. Arm candy. That'll go in the Society of Idea Collect. I mean, in the Wingnut book. The Wingnut book. I like that, Mitts. Oh my gosh. Hi, Brenda, Lisa. Let's see who else. Meg, is that Megan? Diana, Nancy, Sue, Pamela. Thank you, Pamela. Thank you for the overnight surprise. Hi, Pacola. There's our little Pacola. There's our little Snapdragon. I guess you had things to do on Monday. We missed you. Or if you were here, you were lurking. I didn't see you. So good to have you back, our little Snapdragon. Let's see. Lori loves Montana. Sue. So good morning, everybody. Hope everybody's having a good week. Hello, Blue. I'm probably missing people. Not trying to. It just happens sometimes. Let's see. There's Janet. I have to go watch the last 30 minutes of your show, Janet, to see how your tree turned out. See how your family tree turned out? Janet was doing a family tree in a zine with a tree. Oh, thank you, Ashley Colors. Let me write you down. Ashley Colors. Would you do me a favor, Ashley Colors? I have 3 Ashleys. And sometimes I don't know which one you are. Would you email me your address again and put Ashley Colors with the U in it? Ashley, I'm pretty sure I sent you out your print, but I want to make sure I sent it to the right Ashley. So here's my email again. If you don't mind sending me again, Ashley. Ashley St. Pete. Okay. All right. Never mind then. I did send it to you. I got the right Ashley. Thank you. All right. Let me write this down. I'm going to make a note of that. Okay. Wrote that down. And Linda, thank you so much for the super chat. Thank you for the super sticker, the 1999 super sticker, Linda Renz. And yeah, you got a print coming already from this month as well. So these prints will go for next month, guys, because both of you are already getting one this month. So y'all are both getting one from, the first from May. Y'all are already getting a May one. So these will be for your June one. So thank you so much, guys. There's Tina. Hi, Tina. Let's see. Hi, Maseki. I know I'm missing people. Thank you so much. You have to be the most organized. Well, I write everything down. And sometimes I still, I don't misplace it, but I have in my book, I have 2 books. Let me show you. I'm not going to show you addresses or anything, but I'm going to show you what I do. I have one book of addresses, and all my addresses are on Post-it notes. Let me see if I can do something here. They're all like, well, I can't really show you because you'll see addresses, but they're all stacked like this. They're all double stacked down. And so that's how the addresses are all alphabetically, filed under the letter. And then this one, this is where I keep track of everything I do and send, commissions. And this is by month. This is broken down by month. This is a list. This is where everybody's what do you call it, goes in. That super chats or anything like that. That's where this goes in. And then hang on, guys. I'm trying to read chat and do this at the same time. And so let me write down Ashley's $4.99. There we go. So I write it on here, and then these go in here. And then as I send them out, I have a purple highlighter, and I scratch them off as I mail them out. I sent out everybody's May thank yous. I sent those out yesterday. I went to the post office and I showed them all, the stack of them on Monday. So I sent all those out yesterday. So, and anytime, if you don't get one, guys, you need to email me and let me know you didn't get it, because I don't have any way of knowing if you don't. I had one girl in Australia message me or email me and say she didn't get hers. So I want to double check the address, make sure I write down the right address, and all that. So yeah, I try to do, and it usually takes me one day to do all the thank yous, but y'all are worth it. Hi, Sylvie. Happy Wednesday. Sylvie, are you this Sylvie? Are you the Sylvie that sent me this, Sylvie? Because if you are, we're doing your collage today. I know we have 2 Sylvies. I think this is you, Sylvie. Is this you that sent this pack of stuff? Because if this is you, Sylvie, we're doing yours. Oh, well, thank you, Brenda C. Thank you so much for I love watching you. Aw, thanks, Brenda. Make sure you email me now. Email me your address, Brenda, so I can send you out a thank you. Okay? Here's my address. I send them out the first week of every month. There's my email. Oh, thank you, Pacola. Pacola, little snapdragon, beat me to it. So, yeah, thank you, Pacola. Let's see. Hi, Mama 4. Good to see you. Good to see you. Let's see, Alicia. Hi. I don't think I've met you before. Welcome. Good morning. So yeah, Sylvie, we're going to do your collage. I found this. All right, I'll tell you where I found this. I always go to Hobby Lobby on Tuesday. I need to leave. Okay. All right, Sylvie. Well, you'll have to watch the recording if you miss it. Okay. But Yeah. I know I have your address, but it doesn't hurt to make, especially if I send you out a collage, make sure you email me your address again just to make sure I have, because people move, guys. Send me your current address, especially if I send you out an art piece, because I can't replace that. I send out the original collages that I do for you guys from your art, from your fodder, your collage fodder. And if that gets lost, I'm not making another original. So I like to make sure that I have current addresses. Hi, Miranda, Rachel, let's see, Darlene. Um, thank you, Sylvie. And also, guys, if you send me your addresses and you have a completely different name, or if you PayPal tip jar me and you have a completely different name here, like I know Kalura is Becky, but if I didn't know that Kalura was Becky and Kalura sent me, I never know that was Becky, right? So y'all have to let me know if you have a different screen name. Oh, my mom said, "Good morning, everyone." She's watching from afar. Hi, Mom. Mom and Mandy are watching. Let's see. There's a long, get into the chat. I like that, Pacola. There's a long line to get in the chat room today. And Julie will be, Julie's holding the velvet rope. Julie Topaz holds the velvet rope. You guys are awesome. Hi, Gaga, Molly. So thanks everybody for being here. So, and I still love this. I love this. Arm candy, Mitzi said. Arm candy. You got eye candy, you got junk jewelry on your journal, you know. Aw. Janet said, "Hi, Donna." Let me put that up for her to see, Janet. There we go. Because then she can see that. Let's see. Yes, Julie's the velvet rope holder and the bouncer. Always clutching the velvet rope. So anyway, guys, I'm going to work on another. I try to do at least one a month. Sometimes we get around to two, but at least one a month. Someone's, and I still have a stack of fodder, and I try to clip it all together and keep it all together that someone sends, and then I make a collage on this, based on this. Now I might add a clock or a watch, but other than that, I try to just use what they send me. And then I send the collage, the original, I send that out to the person that sent in the fodder. And you're welcome to send me some. I can't promise you when we get to it. There's no guarantees I'll get to it or whatever. I try, and it may be a long time before I get to it. But if you want to send me don't send me, this is about right. Just send me a little batch of fodder like this. Don't send me a big envelope like a book. Don't send me this much. Don't do it. Just send me enough to make one collage. And it's just images you like or that you find interesting. And I'll try my best to make a collage out of it. Let's see. Nats. Who else came in? I know if I miss any, it's not because I'm not trying to I try to say hi to everybody. All right. So a couple things. Make sure that you have your little wheels set to 720 or 1080p, depending on what your internet can do. Make sure you have live chat clicked. Oh, Gaga, thank you so much. Gaga, thank you for the 25-pound super chat. Thank you, Gaga. I'm writing you down. Thank you so much, everybody that supports the channel and those that support me in the PayPal tip jar. Thank you. Again, if you PayPal tip jar me, and especially if you have any doubts that I don't have your address, leave your address in the comments. Nobody sees it but me. Well, and PayPal, but or you can email it to me. So thank you, Gaga, for the 25-pound super chat. Thank you so much. I write you all down, I tell you. And another thing, when you share your address with me, I do not share your address with anybody else, not even the other mods. I don't put you on an email list. I don't do none of that. So I don't have time. I don't have time to put you on email list. So yeah, I appreciate everybody that supports the channel. So let's see what else. Oh, so make sure you have live chat clicked, because if you have talk chat, you will not see all the chat. So in your chat, right above the chat, you'll see live chat or talk chat. Make sure you have live chat, and make sure if you talk to me, other than when I'm just sitting here saying good morning because I'm watching, but put it in caps so I know you're talking to me. Otherwise, I probably will miss your comment while I'm working. Yeah, don't do that. Don't do that, Ashley. Don't do that. Thank you, Bacola. So, yeah, when the mods put links in the channel, they will be direct links. And I do try to go back, guys. I skim through the chat either that night or sometimes the next day, depending on when I have the most time. And I try to skim through the chat. And if I miss, especially a new person, I don't want to miss people. Let's see, Hafsa, good morning. Barb Chicken Pot Pie Society. I love saying that name. We're going to do Society of Idea Collectors, but we like the Chicken Pot Pie Society. So anyway, yeah, put it in caps if you're talking to me. Let's see. So yeah, so if you are new here or you're watching the recording for the first time and you're new, this is a chat show. We do a lot of talking. It's a chat show, people. Don't message me and leave comments, or don't email me and say you talk too much. It's a chat show. Good morning, Arlene. Yes, you do have permission to yell at me all morning. I don't think of it as yelling. You're just getting my attention. Thank you, Arlene. Oh, love you too, Barb. So we're going to do, I got homework for you, and I got double homework for you guys this week. I said, you know what? I think I'm making it too easy for you guys. You've had 4 or 5 weeks now of homework with just one project that you have to have done between Wednesday and the following Monday. Again, if you want to, you don't have to. You don't have to do that to participate. I take your word for it. If I do a drawing and say, a giveaway, and I say I want all the Society of Idea Collectors, I'll do a draw. I'll believe you. You don't have to have tons of stuff posted on Instagram to prove to me that you're in it. I'll believe you. But if you would like to share with the other people, there's a couple people like Rachel, and there's a couple people that don't do Instagram, and you can email me. You can email me your homework. Make sure you do it before Monday morning. Don't try not to do it during the Monday morning stream. Do it before that so I can gather them all together, right? And show everybody. But if you want to post anything to Instagram, hashtag it society. Let me put the whole thing in here. Society of Idea Collectors. There we go. And did I get that right? Yeah. So there it is. So put that in your Instagram, and I'll see. And somebody on Monday said, you spelled it wrong and I said, when did I spell it wrong? I don't post to Instagram with my stuff. So I said, when did I spell it? So anyway, I finally figured it out. So the person on Monday I don't remember who it was, that told me you spelled something wrong. What she meant was, in my description box on Monday, I put Society of Idea Collecting, I think it was. So I fixed it. But it took me a minute to figure out what is she talking about. But I found it. So there we go. Hi, Judy. Where is she? There she is, Judy. Judy, do you have an Etsy up yet? Do you have a Journal Jewelry by Judy Etsy shop up and running? I know you're going to, but do you have it up and running yet? I haven't gone to see. Hi, Uncle Dan. How's it going? Let's see who else. Oh, Ashley loves the homework. I get you. Well, I know, but that's the thing. That's the thing about keeping an idea notebook. Now, this is just the one I'm keeping for you guys to keep track of what I'm doing and sharing with you guys. This is not my personal idea collector book, but whatever you're using to collect your ideas, you don't have to do the homework every week. You don't have to show it. You can skip around. That's one of the things about collecting ideas. You don't have to do it sequentially. You can skip around. You can do week 1, then you can do week 20, then you can go back to week 5. You can constantly be adding to your ideas. There's no end to this. This is a lifelong project. Collecting ideas is forever. Right? It's forever. Let's see. Let's see. I'm trying to see. Did Judy answer me yet? Judy, did I miss where you answered? Not yet. Okay, so she's not. There it is. Not yet. Working on inventory. Okay, just checking. And speaking of Etsy's, I want to call out a couple other people. Our Faithful Mess is doing doing her. Let me see if I have it right here. She has her cut out doll stickers. Well, you have to cut. She has them on sticker paper, so if you order them from her, you have to cut them out like square, or you can fussy cut them. But so our Faithful Mess has these in her shop, and then and I hate to tell you this one because I want to be there first, but Jonna, Preppy Crafty Girl Jonna has some new kits, some vintage kits. I think she has a mom one in there right now, but she's going to have 3 or 4 new kits in her shop in Preppy Crafty Girl, all one word on Etsy. But I don't want y'all to, don't go buy them all. Don't go buy them all before I get over there. I think this morning she only had the one new kit in there with like 3 of them in there or something. So she'll usually have a couple of different ones. And then there was another one I didn't want to forget. Well, of course, there's always Amore Fabrique, Selena's Fabrics. That's what I make the prayer pouches out of. Let me get a little bags here. And that's where I get these. Hang on. Where I make the prayer pouches out of all her fabrics. So that's Amore Fabriques with a QUE at the end. Let's see. Okay, so Pacola's just whipping out those links. There's Faithful Mess. There's Jonna. and here's Amore Fabrique. So yeah. Now my sister and brother, my hubster and brother, his sister, brother and sister are talking to each other, so I might have to move my phone out of here, depending on how talkative they get. Let's see. Yeah, I know. Did Faithful Mess come in? I don't see her yet, but thanks, Nat. I know everybody's so talented and creative, and I use the word talent loosely because mostly talent is 99% in your butt when you sit down and work. So yeah, that's where most of your talent is. So I try to, Judy. I love sharing. I love sharing and shouting out people. That's part of the ideas is sharing and calling out people, because it's all about encouraging, inspiration, and ideas for you guys. Let's see. I'm trying to see if I missed anything, probably. But anyway, so Sylvie, I'm going to do hers. Oh, let me tell you where I stuck her down. I mean, I just glue stuck her. And it's kind of like, y'all remember, what were what were those things called? They were like felt or no, they had plastic ones. What were they? Color forms. Color forms. That's what it was. This is like my color form. So this is like that. This is that plastic peel and stick wallpaper. I haven't stuck it on here. I just kind of wrapped it around the board because I need to have another board to put this on. So anyway, because this is like got a coating on it, it can be wiped down. But anyway, so this is like a color form. But here's what I did. Yesterday, I was going to Hobby Lobby on Tuesday, even because it's right down the road from me. Even if I don't buy anything, and this I didn't call Janice. I usually call Janice because this is what I got. But this is what I got. I got a couple of these. I saw somebody. You love color forms, Becky? So anyway, I saw somebody on YouTube do a Hobby Lobby haul. I don't remember who it was. And they found this. Oh, come on. All these notifications got to go. These notifications got, come on. Why is this giant notification popped up here? And there's no X on it. Oh my gosh. Where's the little X? There's no X on this. Go away. Go away. There we go. All right. Now I had to click see more news. So now I've got to get rid of that. All right. So sorry, guys, distracted by a huge pop-up from an ad. So anyway, over in let me back up. So somebody on YouTube showed their Hobby Lobby haul, and they had found these in the sewing department clearance. Y'all know the sewing department has their own clearance department, their own clearance section. The other clearance section's in the back of the store, back in the exit, the way back in the corner, at least in my Hobby Lobby. So this was over in the fabric, fabric section. They have their own clearance section. So I bought some of these old old sewing pattern books, where you pick the patterns out of. I got a Simplicity, a McCall's, and so anyway, they were marked down. Well, they never sell these until they're out of season or out of, they get new ones in, but they're selling them for $3. I think the other one was $2.90, $2.95, something like that. So for $3, they're getting rid of these in my Hobby Lobby. So I cut this out of this one had costumes in it, costumes in the back, and I tore out a bunch of them. Here come the cats. I tore some out. Now this is a Yaya Han. She's a cosplayer, and she was commissioned and hired by the McCall's, and I don't know if she's in Simplicity as well. But anyway, for her cosplay costumes, not these hats, but for her cosplay costumes, so that you could make them. But that's Yaya Han, the cosplayer. I've drawn her a few times, portraits of her. And so anyway, I love these with the costumes. Oh, thanks, Rachel. And then these girls with these hats here. So I tore these out of the back, and this was one of the. Oops, see, it's just lightly tacked down here. But I thought it was kind of cool to be on here for Collage Day. So I'll use her in one of my other something. But I just wanted her on here for the day. She's not behaving. So anyway, if you have a Hobby Lobby, go check out your. Well, see, that's what I got. That's Jane. That's why I got them. You can use them for your. Art journaling, right? Put them in your art journal. So anyway, I cut these out of the back here. That where the what do you call it? The costumes are. They have it divided up by pants, shirts, dresses. They have it all divided up here. These little colorful tabs here. So You can use them for whatever. If you want to get some ideas for designing some clothes or just whatever you want to do. But I thought for $3, yeah, I did not pass this up. So I didn't know if my Hobby Lobby would have them, but when I saw one of the girls on YouTube showing her Hobby Lobby haul, I said, well, I got to go look. I'm going to be at Hobby Lobby anyway. So, yeah. So there's that. And I just wanted her on there. So today we're going to do a collage using Sylvie's stuff, and she is here today. So I looked at this when I first got it, whenever it was that she sent it, and I haven't looked through it again, and I didn't look through it this morning other than just what I just showed you flipping through. So I have no idea what I'm going to do. I'll pick out whatever I want out of this to make a collage for Sylvie and then send it to Sylvie. I'll let her hold this for me. There we go. Hi, Scrap Girl 12, Julia O. Let's see. Woolworths. Yeah, I just saw somebody mention Woolworths. Yeah, I remember Woolworths and Wins. WINNS, Wins. Yeah, we had Wins too. Let's see. Janet, where did it go? Wait, there it is. Janet. You can embroider on them, Janet. You could put one of those glitter appliques on them. You could decorate your sweatpants. You can embroider. I know you probably embroidered back in the 70s like me. Oh, hi, Kenneth. Good to see you. Whoops, there it is. How you doing? Good to see you. I said hi to you, Arlene. Yeah, I did. And I said hi to Uncle Dan. So anyway, we're going to do that in a minute. But first, I want to go ahead and give you your homework so I don't forget. We don't run out of time. And then sometime today, reach up here. Sometime today, I want to remember to do our 1,001 Ways to Be Creative. Read out of that. And let's see. Oh, and I did get Janet showed one that she got from Teresa Peterman too. And a little folder. She made these little folders and then the little card. She sent a little thank you card. Whoops. So Teresa, thinking of you. And a print is sent out your way. And she always sends a nice letter of what's going on in her life and tells little stories of things that's happened to her. And then she hand makes, this is the back side because, there's addresses on the front. She hand makes envelopes. And so thank you, Teresa. Thank you for thinking of me. Let's see, decorate. Oh my gosh, Janet. Oh my gosh, girl. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and give you your homework, and I do keep track of the ideas and stuff here that I keep for you guys. And then if I do any other projects, like I did an extra one today, I'll put those in a separate book just because it's easier for me to do a project in this. This is more for writing down ideas and sketching out some notes. And then I've been working on some of my collages here. I'll show you those. So yeah, full day. So if y'all don't have your notes out, your notebook, or at least have a pad of Post-it notes out. So that, hi, Carrie Ann. Hi, Darlene. Jane. Hi, Jane. Ray. A bunch of people coming in. Thanks, everybody. Okay, so here's last week's homework. And I've been showing it. Let me see. Did I show everybody's on Monday? Let me go double check to make sure on Instagram. Society of Idea Collectors, #. And by the way, Trisha Green has been doing some awesome color book pages. She always pops up. Let's give her a like. So, yeah. All right, let me go over here to Society of Idea Collectors, recent. Let's see what we got here. Okay, so we got Kathleen here, Kathleen, and I don't know how to say her last name, Daetsch. And she did, let's see here, from a quote, to plant a garden is to believe in tomorrow, Audrey Hepburn. So there's her. So that's really pretty. So the assignment last week was no, this, let's see, this was the week before. Quotes was the week before. But again, you don't have to do anything in order. Last week was, or yeah, last Wednesday was opposites. So this, I think, was the week before, a quote. And again, you don't have to do it in any kind of order. Just keep participating. Hi, Journey, Patty O, Donna. So that one was, and let me show you her name so you can follow her there. There's her name right there, Kathleen Kelly Deesh. I don't know. Anyway, follow her if you want to. I try to follow everybody that participates in Society Idea Collectors. And let's see, this one was by Terry Brett, and hers was opposites. She did sky and ground, black and white, big and small, stop and start, man and woman, tree and flower, north, south, caterpillar and butterfly. She did all those opposites in this. So anyway, I thought that was really, really clever to get so much squeezed into one. So that was really good. And again, let me try to click on the person's name so you can see their name to go follow. So there's Terry Brett. And then let's see, back to Peggy Wilson did, she's trying to catch up, just going on record with my sloppy notes. Okay, so she's collecting up her ideas. So she's making all her little notes here. So I love seeing people's notes too. I think that's really cool. Then here is Ava or Avi Arts. Avi Arts did big and little for my opposites. And she's working on her other list. This picture reminds me of my chubby little toddler. So she did big and small. Look how cute. Look. So there's her opposites, big and small. And there's Avi Arts. Let's see. Colora says, I'm collecting homework, not much time to art these days. Well, collect it at least. Collect it, Becky. If y'all don't have time to do it, at least collect it in your notebook, right? At least collect your ideas down. Okay, then here is Arlene. So Arlene did, this is from week 2. Her quote was by Robert Louis Stevenson. Don't judge each day by the harvest you reap, but by the seeds that you plant. And then this is her collage here. I love this, Arlene. So there you go. She did this garden here. So there's Arlene. It's Adkins Zell is her name on Instagram. Okay, so y'all go follow each other. It doesn't cost anything to follow each other. Okay, and then of course, Gary Shipman always posts his Titan pieces with hashtag Society of Ideas. So thanks, Gary, for being a part of our Society of Idea Collectors. And Gary, y'all know Titan Mouse of Might. I buy his Kickstarter. Is it Instagram? Kickstarter. Well, his campaign. Go over to, I can't remember if his is on Kickstarter or Indiegogo. I can't remember. But anyway, go follow Gary Shipman Art. Let's see. Did I get everybody? I think that's all that I showed some on Monday as well. So go over to Society of Idea Collector. We've got over 100 people or 100 posts now. So everybody keep posting over there. on hashtag Society of Idea Collectors, all one word. Okay, so for your homework, I've got extra homework. So back, if you're lurking, Beck always comes in to get her homework early. So, Titan is on Indiegogo. Thank you, Becky Calero. Titan is on Indiegogo. But go over to Gary Shipman's YouTube channel and you'll see him drawing it. You'll find all the information. He had a contest for fan art. He's always doing something on his channel. I try to make it sometimes, and usually it's a recording. But if you follow Gary, you'll get all kinds of fun art ideas and tips and drawing and inking. Plus, he just has awesome art. Let's see. Jacqueline. I don't know if I've said hi to you, Devin. Okay. So yeah, we had week 1. I'm not going to talk about them in depth, but we talked about making lists and all the different kinds of lists that you can make. Week 2 was the quotes. Week 3 was make a list of things that you want to understand better or learn more about and make a piece of art based on that. Last week was opposites, and you make you a list of opposites and draw, collage, sketch, doodle, Zentangle, photo, make a poem, a story, anything you want. It's anything creative, guys. Anything you want to do. It's the idea to get your ideas flowing, right? To get you creating. This is some inspiration. I don't really want to call them prompts because I guess you could call them prompts, but anyway, I just call them your homework. Okay. So this week I have 2 different things that we're going to do. So one is, and I put it in here in this one, and I made 2 different things because I know not everybody has stamps and stamp pads. Okay. So I've got 2 homeworks for you. Do one, do both. Do the multiples, do them however you want. And again, guys, keep you a notebook or a different sketchbook where you're doing the ideas. You can have your idea collector book where you just list everything, and then have a sketchbook where you actually do the projects in. It's totally up to you, however your mind works. Yeah, Mary had 100 opposites. She did, Joan, Rachel Joan. So what I want you to do with this one, and I got 2 projects for you. So if you don't have a stamp, don't fear. I got another project too. So I took one of my hand carved stamps. This is my little owl and my little wisdom owl. And I just took some red archival ink pad. And what I want you to do is pick one stamp. One stamp, because it's the idea for you to use it to make patterns or recombine. So here's what I did with mine. So I took it and I just stamped it in different ways. This going this way. So as you can see, and I just wrote the word wisdom in there. But any stamp you can do pattern. The idea is to make a pattern. Okay, make a pattern with one stamp, and you can write one word in there if you want. I did write one word that describes the stamp to you. If it's a flower stamp, it could be, like if I used a little pansy stamp, I would write grandma because it would remind me of my grandma, right? So it's whatever it reminds you of, or whatever, whatever word you want. But just leave one little space for a word. And it doesn't have to be brush lettering. You can scribble it. You can doodle it. You can, always hesitate to show you mine because I don't want y'all to think you have to do it like this. I'm trying to avoid showing you how I do it, which I've got tons, y'all know, because I want you to do it your way. I want you to think of how you would do it, not how I would do it and try to do the same thing I do. Because that's not using your imagination. I want you to use your imagination, not my imagination. I'm just trying to give you, some homework ideas so that you can use your ideas to show you are creative. You have an imagination. You have ideas. So take one stamp and you can stamp it all the same. You can change them around. You can stamp them all this way and then this way. You just whatever you want. So just pick one of your favorite stamps, one color of ink, and just make some patterns. You can do more than one page. I just did one to show you an example of what I meant, because otherwise, if I say make a pattern with your stamp, one stamp, you may not get what I mean. Okay, so do that. That's one part of your homework, or one of the homeworks. Okay, so there's that. And then the other one, let me get a sip of juice here. The other one is to, and this is a little, you have to listen a minute because this is a little bit more, it's starting to get into some mind mapping. Okay, let's put that one. Okay, so in this one, I think I put it in this book too. All right, so what I want you to do is find a picture, or you can draw it, of one food item. Okay, one food item. Now, let's see. Rachel's, oh no, I have to go. Okay, all right, I'm recording, Rachel. Hi, Donna. So pick one food item. Let me get a couple pens here to write with. Put it in the middle of a page. I wrote it out here, lobster. So I got a lobster. You can do whatever you want. I just tried to make something a little funny because I'm gonna get y'all to participate. So you see how it works. Okay. Get you, and you can make a new tab in your notebook of food, a list of food. I think I told y'all before, you can make a list of all the food you could think of. So you can list your food in your book. And then if you do it in your sketchbook or another book, or however you collect your projects, I would suggest having at least one project in your collection so that you see how you do it. And then from that, you can always go into a sketchbook or a different book, right? I write it all out, and then I'll do a project. Okay, so now, so I just wrote the word lobster here, but what I want you to do is think of all that you can that has to do, all the info you can about it. Okay, so I want y'all to play along with this. Now, I know I'm not going to see everything. Hi, Don. I know I'm not going to see everybody's. These are the pot handles, but you could write. I could write in there too. Like, I know it is. It's red. Okay, and it has. You could cook it. I'll put recipe. Okay, so you could have a recipe on how to cook a lobster. And what I want you to do is write out any information that you can think of about a lobster. So what comes to your mind when you think of lobster? I know I think some people are actually allergic. Let me write that down. I'm going to write it kind of big for you guys to see. Normally, I wouldn't write big because I like to get a lot of information on a page, but I'm going to write it kind of big so y'all can see it. So you might be allergic, and then all you have to do, then we're going to continue on. Okay. All right. So somebody said butter. That might go under recipe. Let's put that under butter. Butter, lemon. Okay. Sea bugs. Is that what you call it? A sea bug? Or is that what people call a lobster? A sea bug? Oh my gosh. Okay, so let's see. Bugs of the sea, Jen. Okay, sea bugs. Okay. All right. Ashley said Maine. Okay, all right. Big allergy here. So Julia O is allergic. So we'll put shellfish down here under allergic. So you see how I'm connecting everything? So under the recipe, I put butter and lemon, and then, I'm just kind of breaking it out here. Lisa says yummy. Okay, Kalura says, so maybe in the description of it, it could, okay, here's red. So under red, then we'll go with, what did she say? Hard shell? Hard shell. So this could maybe be under under the description, a recipe. You know, you can do this however you want. The idea is to put lots of as much information. Yeah, I got red right here. You probably can't see it. There's red is right there. Nat said lobster versus crab. Okay, well we'll put that because that one could be a little story. That could be like Godzilla versus whoever they fight, whoever Godzilla fights. Lobster versus crab. See, and the idea, guys, is everybody's going to have their own. Everybody's going to have their own descriptions, their own ideas. Everybody's going to be different, right? Crustacean. Yeah, that okay. Let's put that under. Let's just go over here. It's more description. Crustacean. That could probably be under hard shell too. But you can do this however you want. You're just kind of breaking out everything you can think of. Pinchers, okay. So, y'all are so funny. Y'all are fun. Ocean, okay. Let's go here. Ocean off of Maine. And you can take one of these at a time. Like if you're allergic. So, and this is what I do recommend. So let's say you're allergic to shellfish. Well, what else? Like, do you get a rash? What happens when you're allergic? You know, keep breaking out each thing. Break out each item, not break out in a rash. Okay, so Jane says antenna. Let's put that up with the pinchers up here. And let's how do you spell it? Two N's, I think. Antenna. Swims backward using his tail. Oh, that's interesting, Nat. I did not know that. Okay, swims backwards using tail. And again, guys, when you do this yourself, don't write with the big marker. Write small so you can get as much information on it as possible. By the way, speaking of, let me zoom in. Let's zoom in. Write small, write with a pen that writes smaller because you can get more information. Okay. This could get ugly. Rachel. So what you want to do is try to get as much as you can. So when you're doing any kind of mind mapping, you want to write tiny because you can get it. I'm writing big so you guys can see it. But what is it, baby? Oh my gosh, that was a howl. You want to come up here? So that way you can get more in it. Okay, so that's a good one. A tank, like in a restaurant, it would be in a tank. So, and then even from the tank, you could write out what else would be in the tank. You see? So you just keep extending it. You could just keep, you keep extending out everything that you can think of. So then what I want you to do from this is whatever food you get and whatever, you know, kind of information that you, whatever kind of, I'm going to hypnotize my cat. Whatever kind of information you get in from that, you know, if you want to make a piece of art from it, that's fine. But mostly what I would like to see, if you want, you don't have, nobody has to post anything, but I want to see your mind map, your map of the food you pick, and post this. Post your idea. Post this, right? If you want to make something from it, from what you gather, from the information you gather, if you want to make a piece of art from that, that's fine too. But this is what I want you to, this is your homework right here. Okay. This is your homework. Not the lobster, any food. Let me make that clear up here. Any food. All right. So let's see. What size pot? Yeah, I guess it depends on the size of the lobster, Mr. Bean. Hi, Painty Girl. Let's see. Little sister Cheryl. So what this does, what you want to, you see your sister, you want to run off and chase her. What this does is it gets you thinking outside of the box or outside of the lobster pot. And oh, thank you, Pacola. Let me put this up here, Pacola. All right, so again, we did the stamping. Did I do that first? Where did I put the stamping? Put it in here. Here it is. So part one, Pacola's got it up there, is pick one of your stamps or create one and stamp in different ways to create a pattern. Okay. Write a word. Oh, sorry. I went on to the other one. Yeah, write a word in your stamp here. Wait a minute. Let's go back over here. Write a word in the pattern that describes a memory of how you feel about the stamp. Okay, that's part one. Part two here is your mind map. Oh, here, she's already got it up there. Dang, girl. Our little snapdragon. Find a picture of one food item, put it in the middle of a page, then think of all you can about that food item, expand on it, and write stuff on that page. So the smaller you write, the more information you can get on it. Okay. So try to get one full page. Again, write little because you'll get 10 times as much on a page if you write smaller with a smaller pen. I'm just doing it big for you guys so you could see, right? How do you pick one out? Oh, well, that's true. Janet has thousands of stamps. You want me to pick one for you, Janet? I'll pick one for you. Wow. Oh, my goodness. Okay, so this is a very simple mind mapping idea of just taking one. It can be one word, it can be a picture, it can be so many different ways to do this. I'm trying to do it very simple here because I want people to do it. If I get you too complicated, you're going to go, oh my God, I'm not doing that. So I'm trying to get it very simple for you because once you get these ideas down, you'll think of your own. You're going to think of your own. So when you do think of your own, make sure you write it down either on a Post-it note, because once you write something on a Post-it, you can just slap it in there until you can get to it, right? So just slap this into your Society of Idea Collector sketchbook, notebook, 3-ring binder, comp book, whatever it is that you keep your ideas in. You want me to pick? Okay, I will. Let me think. Okay, I don't think it'll make you sad. Pick one of your cat stamps, and you can do it in memory for you, Janet. But one cat stamp, you can do whatever you want. It can be a funny one. Knowing Janet, she'll pick a cat stamp which shows the butt. Knowing Janet, just saying. One cat stamp, Janet. One cat stamp. Okay, so that is that's your homework for this week. Try to post something, either one or both of these ideas, either the stamp one or the food map mind map one. I've got to clean my hands off. Or both, whatever you want to do. Again, this is not for me. Y'all aren't doing this for me. You're doing it for you. You're doing these projects, these homework assignments. You're doing it for you. Okay, so let's see. All right, Jenny goes, got it. Okay, so have it posted on Instagram by Sunday night. Okay, by Sunday night, because Monday morning when I'm streaming, I'm going to go through. Well, I'll still go through them on Monday morning, but don't email me on Monday morning. You can have them posted on Monday morning, but if you want to email me by Sunday night. Okay, so there we go. That is your homework. So next, I did buy this. I did buy one other thing that I saw, and I don't. Somebody here who's a knitter. So when I bought the pattern books that were like out of season or whatever, and they get new ones and they're selling them all for $3. So over in the clearance section, I got this for a couple of bucks. Um, I got some of this, some of this that I can put on the either on the edge of a journal or on the edge of a what do you call it, a prayer pouch or something. But I just love that. I love the color, so I got this. Look, doesn't that look fun? Needs some music to it. So I got that, and then the other thing I got were these. They're they're knitters. Some I don't know if they're needles. They're laminated birchwood knitting needles. But who knits with this tiny of needles? I don't know, but they were so pretty. Let me move this. They were so pretty, and I thought I would use them to dot. To like when I want to do dot, when I dip, instead of dipping the back end, a lot of times if I want to make dots, I'll take the back end of a paintbrush and dot it, right? I'll pick, like dip it in the paint and make dots with the back end of a paintbrush. I thought these would be great for dotting. Yeah, the pom poms, Rachel. Yeah. Um, so I don't know. They're so short. How do you knit with something this short? I don't know. I'd have to ask Jean or one of you guys here are knitters. I'm not a knitter. I mean, I can knit one, purl one. That's about it. Um, yeah, you can do anything you want, Pacola. Is that practicing drawing figures? Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So I've shown you that on fashion magazines, practicing how to draw figures. What I like about fashion magazines as opposed to like one of something like this is in fashion magazines they have so many different poses and so much different perspective. Like they might have a foot real close. You see how one hand look big and one small. That's what I like about fashion magazines, to practice your perspective with. But yeah, you could, Pacola, hook it to a cord to make circular needles. I don't know. So it's got the metal side here and the wooden. So they need cables. I don't know, Rachel. I don't know. I liked them just because they were like little pieces of art to me. Look how cool they look. It's birch wood. They're wooden. So I just thought that they were really really pretty, and I got them for $1. What was it? What was I had it over here somewhere? $1.34. I think they were normally $8.99. They're normally $8.99. I got it for $1.34 for two. Well, Cooler, when you see, I mean, to me, this is a little piece of art. That's just a little piece of art right there. Birchwood knitting needles. Again, I don't knit, but I really like the way they look. Jane. Little tiny gnome socks. Oh my gosh, caterpillar socks. See, you guys, y'all have so much imagination. Someone needs to write a story about knitting caterpillar socks or gnome socks. I'm writing it down. Gnome socks. Caterpillar socks. Can't y'all picture that? Not necessarily, I mean, I could picture someone knitting them, but just a little gnome with some like woolly socks or some caterpillar wearing socks. Or the caterpillar using his own fur, or I don't know if it's called fur, whatever a caterpillar is made out of, knitting socks from his own, self. Yeah, Rachel. Yeah, then you figure out what to use it for. I love that. I'm gonna put this in my Society of Idea Collector notebook. I'm gonna slap it in there. I'm gonna slap it in here. Gnome socks. Caterpillar socks. Oh my gosh. Okay, so there's that. I think that's all I got new to show you guys. I think that's all I got. No making wearing caterpillar socks. Yeah, using a caterpillar like sitting next to him. The caterpillar, the caterpillar could be like roll, kind of curled up. Like how I don't know if they still have it. I remember my grandmother having those. Do y'all remember, or do they still make them? They're like Mom. Are you listening? Those they're like a tall, maybe about this tall, like little suitcase kind of plasticky looking thing and have a hole in it, and you'd put your yarn in here and then it would come out there, and then you'd knit from that. Do they still make those? Do they still make those little knitting, I don't know, what do you call them, knitting cases? And they had a little latch on it over here so that this opened up, this part flipped open, and you'd put your yarn in here, and then you'd close the lid. Well, you'd feed the thread through and close the lid, and it kept it from. Okay, so Jane said yes, they do. Okay, so Grandma had one of these. I can still picture it was brown. It was brown and some kind of flowery thing on it. Mom, do you remember that? And then you'd pull the thread out, close the lid, put the thread through, and so anyway, we would have our caterpillar. We'd have our caterpillar. And then the little gnome could be knitting, taking the thread from the caterpillar, and he'd be knitting here. Socks. My eyes are Y'all get the idea. Oh my God, my eyes are watering. So let's see, what did Devin say? Looks like yarn dynamite. Well, there you go. There's a whole story in that. Exploding yarn. Yeah. Okay. So while we're on the idea collecting, before we start on the collage, I'm going to go ahead and read out our book so I don't forget. Because we get down to the end of the day. I'm going to keep these with my gnome. I'll put those in the book. We get down to the end of the day, and I forget to read out of it. All right. So, 1,001 Ways to Be Creative, a little book of everyday inspiration, Barbara Ann Kipfer. And we read a couple pages. We've been doing it for, gosh, I guess a couple years now. And we're up to number 546. And I usually just read a couple pages. I move our little sticky note to the next week and read a couple of ideas. Okay. And I always tell you, when I'm reading these kind of inspiration ideas, if something else occurs to you, when I'm reading one idea and you go, oh, but this, or that, write down what you think about. If something occurs to you when I'm reading these, something totally different, then go ahead and write that down. Okay. All right. So here we go. Figure out what creativity means to you. Design your own logo. Get it printed on business cards and stationery. You can never be sure about any step you take, but if you do nothing, nothing will happen. Creatively lace your shoes. Play Simon Says. Draw what different scenes would look like if viewed from the top of a tree, then from the level from a blade of grass, or from a hole in the ground. So draw something from different viewpoints, high up, low down, or from a hole in the ground. Try to get through a whole day without saying yes or no. Design your dream boat. Eileen, I don't think that means a pool guy. Design your dream boat. I don't think that means your pool guy. I think that means an actual ship. Clear out your physical space and mental clarity comes along. Oh, clear out your physical spaces and mental clarity comes along. So, whatever occurs to you from each one of these, Jane darn it. Uh, whatever occurs to you when I've read these to you, go back and listen to them again and write, even if you don't draw it out, write it out. You don't have to draw everything. Like I drew that little gnome, I could just write out a little gnome using caterpillar fur to make woolly socks, woolly caterpillar. You could just write it out if you don't, want to draw it. But, it helps to use the pictures in your mind because you see, that's how people see. I mean, I use this example all the time is if you didn't have an imagination, you could not find your parked car at the grocery store parking lot because you couldn't picture where you parked it. And I know some of us can't remember it all the time and you use your beeper and go beep, 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 beep to find your car. But I think you get the idea. We use our imaginations all the time. We just don't think of it as imagination. But when you picture something in your mind, when you picture it, that's your imagination. So when I tell you right now, red apple, green apple, you saw that in your head, right? You saw it. That's your imagination. So, all right. So there we go. There's our weekly creative. All right. So the next thing I was going to show you some of the collages, and you might have seen some of these in different stages that I'm working on. This one's good. They're upside down. In different stages. And I think she would look good in this. I don't want to peel her up right now, but she would look good in this. A smaller version of her would look good in this. So what's the ISBN for that book? Let me tell you. It is. Let me get my magnifying glass. It's very tiny. It is 978-14262 19078. Okay. So these are all in progress still. So what these were other collages that I'd worked on, and I cut them down and I just double side tape them onto a piece of cardstock. They'll peel right off, just to give it some kind of a place to live. So that's another idea that you need to be aware of is if you have art in your art journals, don't be afraid to take them apart or tear out a page, or you've got something on one of your art journal pages or your magazine journal or whatever, and you like a section of it, but you don't like the whole thing, or it's just a mess on the edges where you've just like painted it out or didn't finish it and you don't like that. Well, then cut it down like this. Cut it down. I think I will show this again too. Where is it? Cut it down. And I have a whole book of those, of where I've cut things down. But these are the ones that I'm working on currently. So I pulled these and then make collages out of them. And you might have seen these in different stages. I've added to them probably since the last time you've seen them. But so they're still in progress, but you can get the idea. So these are the kind of blue ones. So I have 4 here I'm working on that are in the blue family. And then I have 4 in the orange family. I really like this one. I might make a print out of this one because I like it so much. Or I might take a couple of them and make small, like 5x7, because I can put 2 on like when I print them out, like I can have 2 on a page. So maybe I'll do that for thank you for July. Well, anybody that supports a channel in June, the first week of July, maybe I'll make 2 on a page. 2, 5x7, like shrink this down to 5x7, have 2 on a page, or 2 5x7s. I think that would be good. So might do that. They're not quite done, but they're in progress. So I really like these orange ones. Well, I like both of them. That's why I pulled them. So these are all the ones. You like the fantasy doorway into the forest? Yeah, I like that one too. I like all of them. That's why I pulled these 4 orange ones and these 4 blue ones. So I might pick 2 blue, 2 orange. I don't know. We'll see. So these, I just want to show y'all that these are the collages that I'm working on. So they're kind of flashed. I don't know. Maybe it's not too bright. I don't want to get too dark, but it might a little bit. There we go. So yeah, working on those. So here, I'll just go ahead and show this real quick before we start on Sylvie's collage. Okay. So these are ones that I have cut down. Let me take this back section out here. This isn't any. This is something else in the back. So these are different. Oh, thank you, Devin. Thank you for the Canadian super chat. Let me write you down here. Well, not with that pen. Let's write it down with the Sharpie. Devin. Thank you for the $13.99 Canadian, Devin. And again, guys, everybody that supported the channel in May, I sent out all your prints yesterday. And so anybody that supports the channel in June, you'll get a print in July for the first week. I try to get them sent out the first week of the following month. And so thank you, Devin. I appreciate that. Thank you so much. Hello, Fernando. Oh, thank you, Devin. That's sweet. Thank you. Thank you for being here. Thanks for supporting the channel. Thanks, everybody. So if you have old journal pages or just old collages or just anything that you've kind of worked on and you didn't like the whole thing, but there was some little piece of it you liked, then what you want to do is cut it out. Cut it out. And it's just double-sided tape onto a piece of cardstock just to have a place to like work on it. Now, if you want to also, you could do is cut it out. You could put it in another sketchbook and then you could journal about it. You could write a poem here. You could do brush lettering with some words or description, write a story. Your collage could tell a story. And you could write that story out on another piece of paper. And if you mess up, you don't like it, then you can just take it off and stick it on another piece of paper, right? So I'm just going to kind of flip through these because they're at different stages and different. I'm going to just flip through them real quick. They're not all done. See where the torn paper is not finished. So you can just continue them. You can finish drawing and painting and coloring and adding more things to it. Let's see, let me find something here. Where's some of my samples that I used the other day? Where are those samples that I had cut out? You know, I'd cut out some fish and stuff the other day. Don't know where I put them. Not in there. I'm just going to get some pre-cut ones. Let's see. Just to give you an example. Let's just find something here. All right, well, let's just go with this. There's some scissors. I'm not going to fussy cut it. I'll just kind of cut around it just so you can kind of see. I don't know what I did. I had some fish cut out, some other things cut out last show. Got a lot of flowers here. I want some more flowers. Let's see. I don't know if this one will show up. I'm going to cut 2 or 3 just different ones to use for samples. Let's see. What else? Oh, here's a little door. That's a good one. Just flipping through, finding some odd things, just to give you an idea. Always stick a bird on it. And let's see, let's do something different. Flip back here. Here's a little monk guy. Just to kind of show. All right, that's enough. All right. For the stamp part of the side, can it be stamped in black and color? You can do whatever you want, Arlene. Arlene, you know you can do whatever you want. Yes, you can do that. If you want to color all your stamped page in, you go right ahead. Make a fabric out of it. It's the idea is to make patterns, to make a pattern with one stamp. Yeah, you can color it. You can see, Arlene, you're thinking outside the box of the box I gave you. All right, so look, I picked a little, look at this dog. Look at this dog. This little guy here. Or look, I have a cabbage. But, you know, like, look, so you can do so many things. You can do, let's see, where am I got a glare here? I need to prop this up just a little. It's a glare. Let's see, maybe it's this lamp here. Let's move that back. Let's move that lamp back a little. There we go. So you can just, you know, continuously, this poor girl, she's getting all beat up over here. Let's go ahead and take her off here. Now I've glued her so much. She's really glued down. Oh, there we go. All right. So, you know, there's just so many things that you can do. I'll just use the door for it. That's a good example. So anyway, there's just so many things you can do. And if you have you know, just even a few things cut out, you're going to have an imagination with it. But these are just like discarded, half-done collage or art journal pages that weren't working. So I cut them down. And I'll continuously work in them. Welcome back, Mama 4. So you see, they're not all painted in, because y'all know I blend in. I blend in all my collage elements with paint. I paint it all in. So I'm just going to flip through these kind of quickly. Hi, Kate. Did I say hi to you, Tori? Good morning, Tori. I think this guy, he'd be good in here. So these are all ones that I'll just, when I want to do a collage and I don't want to start from scratch, I'll pick one of these out and work on it. He could be resting his elbow. He's not fully cut out, but look, he could be resting his elbow on that parchment there. There could even be another door over here. Are these from your book of Yes, this is my book of reworked stuff. Well, I keep them in this like handmade little portfolio thing that I made, Picola. But yeah. They are. There's just so, you know, just have some, cut out a bunch. You don't have to, it's easier if they're fussy cut out to see what they're going to look like. But I just did them quickly so that y'all could see. Look, he could be resting his arm on that little door thing there. I worked on this and this. Well, then there's another one that goes with it. Worked on this on a stream one day. Some dinosaur bones. Made a little cliff with some little rocks sticking out of a cliff. I love this. I love the bow of the ship being the pin nib here. Get some stairs there. We worked on this one too. Did the little ice wall there. And see, something like this, I'd want to do little tiny, see how little that is? It almost looks like little people in there. I'd want to exaggerate that and make them look more like little people in there so that this looks huge. Like that's just a tiny little people in the scale of the big world. Hi, Judy. Bye, Julia. So these are all just different ones that I've cut down from other collages or other art journal pages. And, you know, just come back and work on them whenever I don't. And I know everybody's got art journals that there's pages in your art journals, sketchbooks, or things you've started that you don't like, you know. Again, this would be another one where it'd have little tiny people coming across there. Okay, I think, oh, this guy have this right here. Or up there. So, yeah. So don't be afraid to deconstruct your art journals or your sketchbooks or just pieces that you've started that are individual and cut them down and just double-side tape them onto a piece of cardstock because it kind of frames it and gives you a more of a visual idea of a world that would look like finished. So, yeah. All right. So now what we're going to do is, where's my, I had a wrap around here. What did I do with it? Where did it go? Anyway, I have, oh, here it is. I have some, this kind of held together so it don't fall out. Okay. Now there's that. Let's put these little guys to the side. And yeah, I got a whole bunch more of some space ones that are in progress here. But I picked those 8 out to show you today. But I'll just flip through these since they're sitting here. They're just all in different stages. So there's those I'm working on too. Okay, so let's go ahead and start on Sylvie's collage. Again, I don't know what all's in here. I don't remember. Put my book right up here. Well, I mean, where do I usually keep this book? I keep it handy, but out of my way. Let's just set it over here. Okay. All right. So Sylvie sent in this stack of collage fodder to make a collage with. And she sent this little card, this little note, and this card here that I'm assuming she made. Collector of Curiosities. I love this. So, well, no, wait. No, I guess, no, you know what she did? I think it's a card, but she added some things to it. Because like this spoon, some of this is added. So I'm not sure what is the original or what's part of hers because I can feel it's glued down. So let's see. All right, so I am going to put something behind here so that it's more neutral. Let's get a and then I got to decide if I want black or white. I'll just do it on white because I can always paint it black. All right, and then once I get that started, I'll readjust the light. Let me move my iPad out of the way. All right, let's get a. And I do them all on 8.5 by 11, just plain cardstock. Let's see. Let's get a couple pieces of cardstock here because I want it easy to mail. Because I mail out the originals, so I want it to be a standard size that's easy to just to slide into an envelope and mail, and because I do these international as well. Okay. So let's see, am I missing anything in chat? You did a collage on the space background. Okay. So there's a space background because like this is glued on. So she did this collage on the space background. Oh my gosh. Okay, so let's see what she sent here. And I really like this just as a complete background. Oh, and also if I don't go all the way to the edge, or I need to trim, I'll trim it down, an inch, a half inch off the 8.5 by 11 too. So let me move this over here. So I kind of like that. I like this too. I like them both, but we'll see which side I want to use based on what else she sent. Okay. Hi, G. Bye, G. Anybody else I missed coming in? Judy. Oh, let's see. Joycey. I said hi to Maseki earlier. Okay, so I'm gonna relook at everything. Like I said, I looked at it when she first sent it in, or when anytime y'all send it in, I look at it when you first send it in. But then after that, I don't remember anything that y'all sent. I like this too because I like grapes and marbles make awesome planets. That makes awesome planets. So let's kind of set that right here. Oh, I love him. We have to use him. Somehow we got to use him. Not sure about this. I'm liking this. There's a little cat pillow. Oh, I love this. I love the steampunk. I like that. And here's another one. Be good for steampunk. So this, if that's the case, then it would be more apt to be on this side. I love this side though. I love the colors in this one, but I think this is probably going to work better for the dark collage, but we'll see. All right, let's see what else we got here. We got some words, a still small voice. I don't usually add words in my collages, but look. Look how perfect that is. This might have to work like this. Like that. And then you can see your heart right there, much study, and of course a still small voice, me. Isn't that cute? I like that. Okay. I love this little mermaid here. See, this is what this would all. This is almost needs to be two collages, right? And I always tell y'all, if you can tear edges, torn edges will blend better with paint. Now, of course, not everything is painted. And some of the collages I've done for you are painted. Some of them are not painted. But I like that way, that hook right there. Or it could even be that one. Put it in caps if you're talking to me. So I'm liking that. I love this watch. Loving this. And I even like the edges on this one. cut that one off. This goes so well with the mermaid. I'd cut her out, fix this up a different way, but liking all this for one. Oh, it's a bug. Good thing for a minute. See, now that would look good in this world here. Hang on, guys. I'm not seeing anything in caps, so I'm going to keep rolling here. See which way I want to go here. We got a couple of options. We have a couple options. Okay, it looks a little. Let's turn down the light just a little. There we go. My hostess, 90 years old, just walked in, and as you went tearing that page, she was horrified. Oh. I know there's a glare. Where's that? Let me turn that light over this away a little. Does that help? There we go. That's better. So we got this thing going on, these colors here. We got this going on. The little dog, I don't know. He just needs to be his own little thing. A still small voice, me. I might have to just do like a card or something with that because he's so cute. All right, so let's see. We got the moth. That wouldn't go with that, but it would get kind of lost. We got a couple. We got a seal and a whale. So I don't know. I think I'm liking all this right here. So I'm going to set this aside. And the leftovers that I don't use, they go all mixed in with everybody else's that I don't use. And then after I get done making them, or just maybe on a random day, I'll pick out of the leftovers, if you will, and make a collage based on everybody's. And I'll probably do a poster. You know, y'all see me do posters. I haven't pulled out my posters in a while, but I make big 32 by 24 posters collage. And so I think what I'll do sometime when I really have a lot of energy, because that'll take a good 4 solid hours nonstop, start to finish. And then I still may not finish. But I'll have to, you know, have a good high energy 4-hour day where I'll take the leftover collages and make a poster out of it. So that'll go in there. And then this Sylvie's what do you call it, card will go in the Fibs book. Okay, so let's see. So I'm liking this, but I'm thinking she would just look good right on this if I fussy cut her out. But I love these. I'm just so drawn to these colors. She might get lost in there. I mean, this is just so cool as is, right? Or I can just go with the blue and the steampunk and paint that in. I kind of like that as well. Do I want it like this? Like that? Kind of like that. I'm kind of liking this too. The undersea. Hi, Mirkwood. I might go with this. Okay, I'm gonna pass on this for now, even though I like this together too. All right. I think we're gonna roll with this. I think we're gonna roll with the steampunk mermaid theme. And then I'll just probably make her a little card out of this. Because I just like this, just like this. Look. Just this on a black background or something. We'll see if we have time to do that. We'll set that to the side. All right. So let's see. Let me go ahead and get out. Let me go ahead and get out some matte medium, a little tray here. And I'll just use whatever because matte medium, this is dry, so it doesn't matter. So I use golden matte medium. And after I open it, I always put a baggie under the lid so it doesn't glue the lid to the jar. Whoa. Whoa, whoa. So I got way too much out. But let me tell you, this is a good thing to tell y'all. I got way too much poured out here. Do not pour that back in your jar. You'll contaminate it. So it's just better to find something else to glue down or, oh, well, I wasted some. Don't pour it back in the jar. Just saying. Okay. You don't want to contaminate your matte medium jar, but that's way too much. So we'll see. Maybe I'll glue a couple different things now. All right. So let's see. Got 2 pieces of cardstock there. Get me a glue brush. And my glue brushes are the smaller one. My glue brushes are the only brushes I keep in water. They're the only ones I keep in water. Okay. Hi, Patricia. Bye, Patricia. Anybody else coming and going? All right. So now I'm going to have to think for a minute, guys. I'm going to have to think kind of like this. I don't want to lose all these fish, so I'm going to go ahead and tear. Because I'm going to paint. I am going to paint, so. All right. And I try to use what the person sends me, right? Trying to use everything that they send. Let's put that up there. So we have the whole undersea thing going. And I want steampunk stuff in here, so let's just cut a little bit of this down so I don't lose all my watercolor, the color of the water. And also, once you lay it out, you can either take a picture of it so you don't forget it, or you can just have another piece of cardstock right next to you so you can just move everything over, right? All right, so I think I'll take some of this. Make this more, or put it over here. I just want to kind of sitting in a little steampunk world. But I've got to kind of arrange this how I want it. Maybe over here. No, I like this over here. I like it on this hook thing right there. Right there. This needs her little foot and her little, this needs to be cut down. That's what it is. I don't want to lose her foot. So something like that. Or do I like it like this? Like that's part of it. So cut this down and cut this down. So that's part of that. So she's part of the steampunk stuff herself. And then maybe a part of her, maybe on her head. Something like this. Okay, I'm liking that. What do y'all think? Now, do I need anything else? I don't know that I need anything else. What do y'all think? This might need to have a little teal painted into it too, because I always paint out the names of the watches and a lot of the detail. And then the watch hands, I will probably have coming down this way. All right, we're going to roll with this for now. We'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. All right. You like it so far, Sylvie? Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm coming over here and I'm putting down matte medium. You always want to put it on your base. Let's go ahead and just put some all over the whole thing. I'll have to put more though because it'll dry. Okay, and then you want to take your collage piece, put it on the back and over the top. Okay, and I'm using a lot. It's really, really a lot of matte medium. Then you take a card, some kind of a gift card, and you mash it down. Now you don't have to do each one as you go. You can, or you can just kind of, get everything glued down and start mashing it down here and there. Don't wait too long to mash. Okay, so I want this next. Lots of matte medium so that you don't get wrinkles. Okay. Somewhere about there, I think. Okay. Now this big piece here, I'm going to want to mash it down right away because in a couple of y'all's collages that I've done, I didn't take enough time to really mash it well. And I know there's a little couple of leftover wrinkles in your collages. That's what happens if you don't mash it down. Then you just kind of scrape off the excess. But you can get out every wrinkle if you take your time. Go both ways, left and right. Get everything. Now, depending on the paper, you're going to only be able to mash a certain amount, and you're going to start peeling up the ink, depending on the magazine or the image or whatever. So you got to kind of watch that. If while you're mashing down, you start seeing that, white come through, like you're peeling off the ink off the piece, and you're going to have to be a little more careful. All right. Oh, thanks, little sister Cheryl. Okay, so now I'm going to put okay, and you have to mash down each thing. Each item has to have matte medium on the base, on the back, and over the top. I know it sounds like, well, I've got some down already on the base. Do I need it? Yeah, you need it on the back too. You need it. I can't tell y'all that enough. I see so many people that'll put their matte medium down like here, and then they'll just stick it down. They'll just stick this down without putting any on the back. And I'm telling you, you're going to get wrinkles, bubbles. You got to put it on the base, the back, and then over the top. It has to be on all of it. So I'm putting it up right on that hook. And then I'm also touching this right here. All right, now this little piece right here, I think I want that under there. So let's tuck that right up under. Because I'm going to have this all be one thing here. Okay. I got way too much matte medium in my jar, though. I mean, poured out of my jar. Okay. Okay. Now her little hat. And then over here, right there on that little hook, where I cut that little inner arm thing, it's going to come right up to her arm, right there. Okay. I think I'm going to put stars under here. Okay. All right, let me clean some of this up. Move this to the side. Some of this blobbies out of the way. All right, let's hit this with the heat gun. Oh, Janet always sends me my matte medium for my birthday. I'm on the set, and she sent me 2 of these big jars in February for my birthday. This is the second one. I'm into the second one since I've used a full jar of this since February. So yeah, I'm still good, Janet. This one's still full. It's so funny. All right, so let's try this. Thanks, guys. Looking good so far. Okay, well, we'll keep working it. I'm trying to use only what people send me. But, you know, sometimes I think, oh, I might could use this or that. But I'm trying to restrain myself, except she sent me a watch. So that was, you know, sometimes I'll pull a watch from my hat. Instead of pulling a rabbit from my hat, I pull a watch from my hat. But she sent me one. And if you drive the back too, that helps. Keep it flat and everything. Okay, so I think I'm done gluing. So I am going to go ahead and wipe off this excess with the baby wipe and put my glue brush back in the water. Because it'll, in 30 minutes, it'll be hard as a rock. So they're old paint brushes that I use just for gluing. Okay, then I'll get a couple of baby wipes just to keep my hands clean. And all right, so now I'm going to pour out some paint. Let's get some. All right, so I need a bucket of stars. So let's put a little bit of white paint in my little bucket of stars. And I'll need some white paint here too. So this one gets watered down where I fling stars. That gets watered down. When I just use regular paint on the piece, that does not get watered down. All right, so I'm just going to go ahead. I didn't need to do this yet, but so I'll water this down. This one will be for flinging stars, which I'm not going to do yet. I'm going to get some black. Sorry, paint fart. And then I need a couple of, let's see, what colors do I want? No, that's too light. That's too green. I'll have to mix my own colors, I think. That one. Always make sure and shake your paints up well, especially if you hadn't used in a while. So I'm going to do that with the white. Will probably be good there. All right, so I'm going to start with that. We'll just start with this. Okay. All right, so let's get a paintbrush or two. Get my unicorn paintbrush out. Got my I pulled my mermaids and my unicorn. So let's go ahead and use this one for here. I could just paint this with my fingers, but I'll just go ahead and use a brush today. Okay. And paint does get in on the back, but I usually paint the backs black, or I'll mount it on a piece of paper. Let's see. I might need to use my fingers right here to blend this. I might. So I'm going to want some swirls in here too, I think. Okay, let's see. Baby wipe. And because the whole thing's coated with matte medium, you can move the paint around. I'm going to go ahead and do all the edges here. Don't want to lose that little fish. See, I can like take paint off. The only reason I can take the paint off is because it's got the matte medium. So now I'm going to paint around some of this. Let me zoom in. I always forget to zoom in, guys. You'll have to tell me or remind me. There we go. All right, if you have any questions or anything, put it in caps so I see it, because otherwise I probably won't. I think Rachel's just being funny. I don't see anything in caps. All right, so what I want to do is some of this, it has a hard edge, and then some of it is going to be blended in with the paint. So it's going to be like, I'll have some mist coming over it. All right, so let's go ahead and get all this. So a lot of movement in my water. Julie, I don't know what that was, but that's funny. Muffin abuse. I just saw Julie say that. Oh my gosh. I don't want to lose all my little dolphins there, but they'll be coming in from the side. And then a little bit darker up in here. A little bit more. Oops. All right. Fresh baby wipe time. That just dropped in the paint. Can y'all see okay? Is there a reason you don't use Mop? Yeah, it just doesn't work as good. And if you're using it inside of a journal, it'll stick your pages together. And I have to clarify this because people go, well, you can put baby powder, you can put wax, you can do all this. I don't want to do all that. I don't want to do all that. When golden matte medium works so well, and there was a time, guys, and I would have told you that the only art supply I would ever, other than the acrylic paint, my golden matte medium. I love my golden matte medium. I mean, the golden has lots of good paints and other things. I just use craft paint because I want everybody to be able to, do it. And also the other thing about craft paint is it's matte, and you can use color pencil on top of matte paint. where a lot of artist grade paints, you can't, they have a sheen to them, and you can't pencil over them without matte medium or something so that you can do that. So if I was going to say, if there's one product or one item you don't want to skimp on that's expensive, and you don't have to buy this big of a jar. It comes in smaller jars, guys. Get you a small one for about $20 instead of this one that's probably about 40. You know, of course you can use coupons and stuff. Yes, it's my seclusion. Man, I like that. I gotta write that down, Ashley. That's gotta go in the wingnut book. Even though it's not funny, it's true. Golden matte medium is Dee Dee's secluded island pick. It is. Speaking of secluded islands, Survivor is coming back probably in September. They said the fall, and that usually means September. Ashley Colors. That's going in the wingnut book. Oh my gosh. Yeah. Well, thanks. Yeah, Julie, I think, is the one that started calling me Golden's girl. I did, and I've told the story before. I did send in a request. This was years ago. This was before I started on YouTube. It was back when I was on Ustream. So it had to be, 7, 8, 9 years ago. And they still may have it, of course, with the virus and all. I don't know if they're still doing it or if they will continue to do it or pick it back up or whatever later. But Golden had a artist program where if you were a streamer or a vlogger, they would send you supplies, and you would use them on your vlog or your stream or your blog. And you had to fill out a big, couple of sheets of paper talking about it, what you did, what you had to do a little bit of work for it. Get down, out. You had to, do that and send it in, and then they would say, okay, yeah, you're accepted. So anyway, they asked, what kind of supplies would you like from Golden? And I went, Golden matte medium. Second supply, Golden matte medium. Third supply, Golden matte medium. So that's all I filled out. That's all I wanted from them. And so they call. I think at that time they called me. You had to pay shipping. That was the only thing. You did have to pay shipping, but the supplies were free. And so they called me and said, okay, you're approved. You just got to give us your credit card so we can ship it. You had to pay, you had to pay for the shipping. And so I paid for the shipping, and I think it was $20 or something like that. So a couple weeks later, I got 2 huge cases. I think, what was it, Julie? 24 in each one? 24 jars, about the smaller ones, not these big ones. 24 of them. They were smaller than this, but they were not as small as the small ones. It's like a medium, or somewhere in between this, I think. It's been so many years, I don't remember the exact size. And they sent me 2 cases of matte medium. Hi, Jonica. And they lasted me about, I don't know, was it a year or something? I've since used maybe 2 years. So I used them all up, every single one of them, in a couple of years. But I love my Golden matte medium. And I'm going to have some mist and stuff coming over this, but I've just got to get all the edges and everything really done first. So I want some of this to kind of flick out like this. Something like that. Almost like the watch, this like was dropped into the water. and you're seeing like a little splash. See, this is the kind of thing that I can envision in my head, that if I was good enough at Procreate, I could do this like exactly like I envision it digitally. But to me, it's just not as fun. It's not as fun as doing it, with paint. But I can so do this with in Procreate with splashes and things like that. Those special effects that you could get with a digital. That's a little trickier to get with paint. But I'm doing my best. I'm doing my best to get it with the paint. Okay. All right, so let's see here. What's that? A little piece of white, something. Okay, so let's look at it here a minute. Make sure I get my edges. So right there along that edge, I can see where I think I'm gonna cut it down just a quarter of an eighth of an inch on the edge, because I can see the line. I didn't tear it and cut it. So here's an example of when you tear versus cutting. When you don't, you want to make sure all your edges, see right there? I didn't even glue it down really well, but let's look right up here. See how you can see that line right there? That's because it's a cut edge. If I had torn that edge, I could blend that much easier, right? Well, except for where I didn't glue it all the way. But like right there, you can see that line. All right, so let's keep going here. All right, I think I'm going to move to my smaller brush now. Are we still with the tour? Oh, thank you, Rachel Joan. All right, so now let's just get rid of that there. Then so if y'all didn't know, this one's going to Sylvie. She sent in the fodder, the collage fodder here. Let me get me a baby wipe here and wipe. I don't want to lose that little. And this is, to me, the fun part is doing these little details. And it's usually the part we run out of time, and you don't get to see me do it all the time because we run out of time doing the big stuff. Thanks, Donna. So what I wanted to do is look like her arm is part of that in there. Something like that. Let's get a little gray for this steel part here. And probably down here too. Don't be afraid to paint over anything in your collage. Don't be afraid to turn things upside down, right side up. But especially don't be afraid to paint over something. All right, so now I'm going to come up in here, and I want to get some, I don't want to lose all the blue, but I want to knock some of that back a little bit too. So let's see, let's put a little bit of blue. I'll have to get I'm going to have to carry some of that blue down into this water, I think, because it's going to need to carry that color down here, even just slightly. The color, if I leave that watch, some of the blue in there, and then I'll probably put a red planet down in here to keep some of that red in there. All right, so now what I want to do is let me clean my brush. And there's a fold in the watch. I mean, a fold in the paper from that she sent me. So I'm going to try to paint that fold out. And I'll add a few stars in this as well. Getting rid of names. And then I'll carry in that water right into the watch as well. Then the watch hands will come out this way. So I know I'm missing a lot of chat, guys. I do scrub back through the chat later. So if new people especially come in and I missed you, I don't want to make sure not miss you the next time. But this is the part that I really concentrate on the most, the details like this. I tell y'all when I get in my head and I go shh, 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 shh. Okay. All right, let's see what I want to do next. Yes, Janet, I'm cleaning my brush in the bucket. I got a little, there we go. All right, so now I'm going to come down here. Now here's where I get my bucket of stars, water that white paint down, get a floppy brush, something that has a lot of floppy, so that it's real soft, floppy, the bristles, and then just tap, 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 whoops, until you think there's nothing left on there. And there is, but you just keep, it depends on how big. If you want big blobs, then, but if you want real tiny ones, you got to really, see, look, all that right there. Still too big. I'm going to tap that off some more. I just want it down here. See, and if it gets somewhere you don't want it, while it's wet, you can wipe it off. Very little. Tiny, tiny, tiny. And I just want a little up in here. And if you think there's some spot where you need one or two, then you can go in with your Posca and add that in. All right, let me go ahead and dry it now. Probably not 100% dry. Let's see here now. Goes there. I just want one little red. It's not going to show up. I have to do it with paint. It's to red, lime green, and yellow are very translucent. Sometimes it can take a couple coats, but it's just quicker for me to do it with paint. So I just wanted one. You know what? Let's just use our knitting needle. I want one little red planet right there. Okay. Wipe it off. All right. All right, so now I want to do a couple things. Let's clean this off. Here's my dragon paint around too much. Let's go back here. A few. Just want to get some on there, and then I want to kind of feather it out. Okay, Pacola, get your tea. All right, so let's see. Now I want a little bit of misty stuff going on, so I'll get a baby wipe, and I put the white paint on the baby wipe, and then mash. Oh, I picked up a little black. Mash it into my hand so that the baby wipe it's mashed into the baby wipe, and that way I can do very soft misty stuff. Just want a little bit here and there. I want to kind of carry some of this down. And then down in here, I want some very soft, misty stuff. Just a little coming across behind there. Get a little bit more. I want it kind of coming right through here. Oh, Sylvie, thank you so much. Thank you so much for this. You didn't have to do that because I did your collage, but thank you so much. Let me write this down. You still get a print. You still get a print next month. Thank you, Sylvie. Thank you so much for the $13.99 Canadian. I'm writing it down so you'll get next month's print as well. Thank you so much. Plus, I'm going to send you this out this week. Now, I varnish them. Usually I varnish them, and that takes a couple days because I want to make sure it's 100% dry before I send out, before I put it in the mail. So, that was nice, Sylvie. Thank you so much. Thank you. Thanks, Judy. Aw, yeah. I do and do that. Do that. Send me your address to make sure I have your correct address before I send out a piece of art, Sylvie. I have your address, but let's double check before I send you out some art. I can always replace a print, but I can't redo this. So if you want the original, make sure you send me your address, okay? Again, I mean. Okay, so I want some of this coming from behind there. Just a little. I want that behind though. There we go. All right. All right, now I got to do my watch hands. Does this need to be softened just a little more, maybe? Let me turn it over. Yeah, that's better. Oh, thanks, Maseki. Will you take? Oh yeah, I can post it to IG. I don't post all of them. I post some of them if I really, really like it. I guess I could post it. And sometimes I don't post them all. I forget. But a lot of times I don't finish them on stream. I don't finish them on stream, so they don't get posted because I finish them later and go, oh well, yeah, and then I mail it out. And I do take pictures though. I do take pictures of them. You what? Oh, thanks, Sylvie. I'm glad you like it. Where'd you go? There you go. Oh, thanks. And also the other thing is when you varnish, and let me show you what I use for varnish. I use the Delta Ceram Coat Gloss Interior, Exterior Gloss Varnish. Delta. This is what I use to varnish. It doesn't take much. About the size, I put about the size of a silver dollar. I give it 1 or 2 quick spritz with some water just to help it move. And then I usually just move it with my fingers. But if you don't want to touch it, then use a sponge brush. Don't use your regular paintbrush because it'll leave brush marks, which that could be a cool look as well. But if you don't want brush marks, use one of those foam sponge brushes to move it. Okay, so let's go ahead. I'm going to go ahead and hit it with the heat gun, and then I got to put my watch hands. Then I'm going to just trim just slightly around the edges. Oh, what I was going to say is when you sign it, I'll have to either sign it with a Posca paint or a color pencil. Don't try, gel pens, because I like to sign it in white on a dark color. But if you use a gel pen, the varnish will take the gel pen off. Okay. The varnish you could spray it and seal it and all kinds of things, but I don't do all that. No, it's from Hobby Lobby. They used to carry it at Michael's too, but I think they stopped. I think you can still get it at Hobby Lobby. Or of course you can always buy anything online, right? Okay, so I'm just cleaning off some of my I should just go wash my hands just to get the bulk of this paint off. But I'm just getting some of this off my hands real quick. And matte medium is hard to get off your hands. A golden matte medium. I have a craft scrubby. I don't know that Ranger makes those anymore, but the craft scrubby really gets it off your hands. Otherwise, you probably almost have to use fingernail polish remover because it does stick. Oh, thank you, Judy. I appreciate it. Talent and how do you're so talented to do those collages. Well, talent and a thousand practice collages. Okay, so now I want to do my watch hands coming out. So for that, I usually get a ruler just to make sure I want it straight. Sometimes if they're small, I can just do it by eye. But so I'll probably have, this is a good spot, right? It's not the exact center, but our time is warped, so we can warp time. We can warp it. Hi, Heather. So now let me think a minute where I want it to go. I'm thinking I want it to come to here. I want one of the watch hands to come right to there. Once I have the line, I can go in here and thicken it up by hand like this, and I can add my shadow and highlight on top of it. But for the initial, just to get it to go to the right spot, I like to draw it in there. Okay, so then I'm going to probably have one star shine right here. Let's make that come. There's one. I have to decide where I want the other one. Do I want it going off? Do I want it coming down? Let me look at it for a minute. I might have it come right here and end. Maybe come out. Okay, so I think I want at least coming to this spot right here. But do I want it coming out the other side? Like right out of here and off the page? Or do I just like it to end right there? I think I just want it to end. Or maybe I could just have it just start to come out. Right there. Like that. I think that'll do it. All right, so let me dry that. And I want a little bit of a glow around my red planet right there, just a little bit. And like I said, if you go in here and you say, I think it needs a couple more, dots here or there, then you can just, go in here with the Posca and do that. A little bit brighter. So it shows up just a little bit there. And then I want to put a shadow and a highlight on the. And I told you I knocked my pencils over again, so they're all out of order. I have the blues and the greens, the yellow, orange, reds, the purples. I knocked the whole tray over again, so it needs to be sorted again. All right, so I need orange and I need slate blue. My shadow and my highlight here. So a little bit of slate blue shadow. You can't probably see it, but I can. Yeah, you can see it. I'm going to add a little bit of blue in her too. Let's knock that gray back because she was gray, right? I could almost even put, maybe I'll put a little orange in her bathing suit. Yeah, that's good. Just a little tint, a little orange tint in her bathing suit. And then a little bit of blue on her. Because, she is a mermaid. Well, undersea creature. She's not a mermaid. She doesn't have fins. But she's an undersea creature. She's a steampunk undersea creature. All right, something like that. That just gives it a little tint. Started with the side ideas. Oh, you're welcome, Cheryl. If you missed the beginning of today's show, I gave y'all homework. All right, let me sharpen my pencil here. I need it nice and sharp. I gave homework. I gave double homework today. I gave double homework today, Cheryl. A little bit of blue in there. And then I think I'm going to go ahead and add just a little bit of a highlight on the hooks here. Just so they kind of stand out just a little bit more. See, those hooks just needed a little bit of highlight on them. Thank you, Ashley. I always enjoy watching and learning from you. Thanks for everything you do. Oh, thank you, Ashley. And again, let's see, we got my other Ashley here. Let me do with it here. Hang on. Okay. So I'm gonna make sure that I send, because Ashley Colors and Ashley McDole, I want to make sure I send both of y'all, because I always think, which Ashley am I talking about? So Ashley Colors is, what did I put it? How do we distinguish it? We distinguish the Ashley McDole from the Ashley Colors. But y'all both usually support the channel, so I usually send both of them, both of y'all out one. Okay. All right, where am I? Thank you so much. Nicole was saying thank you. Cheryl's doing, wait, who's doing, said they're doing opposites. It flew off the screen there. Thank you, Devin. Jonica, I showed it. I just after the show, go back and watch the beginning. Okay. All right. So there we go. And then now I think, let me move this out of the way. I think I'm going to trim it down just a little, and I'll put it on a black background. Let's just trim it down just a tad. I'm going to trim it all the way around just slightly. Not too much off the top. And then what I'll do is I'll put it on a black cardstock. Hang on, I find one. So this has a little bit of a border. Let me back out one and turn the lighting down just a little. It got flashed out again. There we go. So, and I'll, after I varnish it, I'll put it on the black cardstock and sign it. So there we go. Do the food homework. So, well, you're on the ball. You're quick then. Hi, Gary. Good to see you. Thanks for stopping in. You're on the ball, little sister Cheryl, with your homework. All right, so this will be that. Now, really, I want to take just a minute, guys. I'm going to make her a quick little card. Let me find another piece of black cardstock. I'm going to just make her a quick little card. Nothing fancy with this. I want to just leave it like it is. I'm going to have a torn edge, I think. I'm going to leave that. Oh, I'm going to cut that right there. Okay. So let's tear this. I'm going to make her a quick little card. Let's just because it's too cute. And a little. Just because it was too cute not to use in some way. I had to do it. I had to do it. So here we go, guys. This will go on here after it's varnished. All right. So any questions or anything, guys? Any questions, comments? I hope y'all like it. I hope y'all had fun. It's only a little after 11, but I think unless y'all have any questions or anything, these are the other ones I'm working on myself that I might make prints out of, depending on, a couple of them anyway. So these are the other ones that I'm just working on. I'm working on 8 of them, four with orange colors, 4 with orange colors, and 4 with blues. So these are the other ones. And I hope Sylvie likes the one we made for her based off of the collage fodder she sent us. She sent us this collage fodder. Where can you get discounted flow books? I have no idea, Heather, where you can get discounted flow books. I know Faithful Mess gets them at, what's the name of that store? We don't have that store here. What is it? Not Myers. What's it called? Somebody know that name of that store that Faithful Mess gets her discounted books at? If somebody knows, I don't remember the name of it. I don't have that store here. I don't have the store here that Faithful Mess gets the discounted flow books from. Somebody here might know, but I don't remember. Let's see. You're welcome, Judy. Thanks, everybody that was here, and I hope y'all enjoyed this. Thank you. Thanks, Gary. Derringer, something like that. Something Erringer. If y'all know a store that's something Erringer, that's where Faithful Mess gets her discounted books. No, it's not Books a Million. I have a Books a Million. It's some store that she has. I don't have. So, all right, guys. Well, I guess I'll head out, and hope y'all enjoyed the Society of Idea Collectors homework. If you missed it at the beginning, we'll probably give away. I still have 2 more books. I already did my thank yous. I went to the mailbox or the post office and sent out all the thank yous yesterday. So I'll do the book giveaway next week. And yeah. No, it's not. No, that's not it either, Jeff. I don't remember. Sorry, guys. You'll have to ask Faithful Mess where she gets them. Go over to Faithful Mess's YouTube channel and follow her, and ring her bell so when she streams, you can follow her and ask her where she gets her books. All right, guys. Y'all have a great do some homework. Do some homework, and we will see you on Monday. Oh, there she is. Okay, Faithful Mess. What's the name of that store? There she is right here. Ollie's. Okay, Ollie's. I don't know why I was thinking Miniatures or something like that. It's Ollie's. Okay. Thank you, Faithful Mess. So that's where she gets her discounted books. So, All right. Thanks, Faithfulness. All right, guys. Y'all have a great weekend and do some homework, collect some ideas, and y'all take care. All right, guys. Bye.